and live. That's from Microsoft. Look at this. Look at the TV. That is so cool. It looks like panels. LED panels. That is crazy. Power supplies, tons of power supplies. Graphics cards up the wazoo. These are televisions, weather stations. Thermal paste, which I'll remember to change my thermal paste in 3 years. I want to be down here building here. We got some more power supplies. Let's get over to the good stuff though. Don't walk down that way. Look at all these graphics cards. We got RTX 5070s, 769, 749. These are all NVIDIA. I've always been an NVIDIA guy, but I decided to go with AMD this time. I built so many computers, I'm actually having them build it for me, which isn't too bad for 240 bucks. So I don't have to mess around with it, and I could just start using it right away rather than putting it on my kitchen table and building it there. These are 58, oh what, the 5090s. 5090s, oh my lord. Look at that. GTX, RTX, $4,000. That's insane. $4,000. That's the billionaires buying that thing, or the millionaires. Oh, look at this, look at the little 3-fit, look at this. You can get good systems here. RTX for 3050s, which isn't too bad. 6 gigabytes, 5050s, 5060s. 200 bucks. So if you're building a basic build for say your kid, you can get the 3050s. Gigabytes are good. MSI, Zotac. I will stay away from PNY. Every time I've had a PNY card or something, I've always had an issue. So I do not get anything PNY. Asus, yes. The card that I'm getting is the RTX 90. Was it 9070, whatever? It's 600 bucks, 660 bucks. It's equivalent to the 5070 Ti, which is 1009. So, but if you're building a basic build for your kid, 3050s are the way to go without breaking the bank. Got the 5060s here. So on the other side, we have AMDs. Here's all your AMDs. And I was looking at the, was it the 9800 3D, 9800 XD 3D. But after looking at that, which I think was like 400 and change, the 7800 3X 3D was slightly cheaper, like 100 bucks cheaper. And it's only a 10% increase when you go to the 9800. So I recommend if you do the 7800 X3D. But the price here is AMD Ryzan 5s. That's another good thing if you do AMD for a budget build for your kids. That will last a long time. 159 bucks, man. The Reapers, look at these. Here's the Threader. It's 2600 for, yeah. That's for professionals that are like doing like 3D rendering and all that stuff. Intel's. I was a huge Intel guy, but I know they were having problems with their 14 series, burning out the chips and everything like that, burning out the motherboard. So this time I mean, I always went Intel, but for computers that I was building for other people, just for workstation, where I didn't have to go super crazy, I built them in AMD because it was so much cheaper than, you know, they're just using it for work. They're not using it for gaming or anything, but I was always an Intel guy, and I switched over to, you know, this is my first AMD, so, and AMD's been kicking Intel's butt, so, where's the, looking for the AMD processors. Where on the CPUs, not CPUs, graphics cards. They got so much stuff here. I mean, I could spend forever in here. So here's all your AIOs. I'm trying to remember. Did I get the Leon Lee? I can't remember. Either way, it's going to be a good system. It'll last me for a while. And I'll be a good boy and remember to change the thermal paste in 3 years. I built my computer 11 years ago, and I never changed the thermal paste once. And yeah, I was rendering some 3D movies, and it died. This is the great thing about Micro Center. You come here, you see all these cases. You can actually physically touch them, and you know, get an idea of what you want to do with it. NZXT cases. That's what my last case, my what I have, I had an NZXT 650, I think, but it's old, it's beat up, so that's why I said, you know what, I am going for AMD. Look at all these graphics cards. Here's your hard drives. 4 terabytes, that's great. Mechanical drives. That's expensive. 4 terabytes. That's it. The damn data centers are soaking up all the RAM memory. Here's all your storage. So I went with the 2 terabyte NVMe or SSD, you know, NVMe and then an SSD for my games. Well, I don't want to work with this. Okay. But Samsung, I like Samsung. And for the other drive, I went Crucial. But here are your AMD cards. So I got the 9070 XT Reaper. That's a Challenger. 16 gigs, virtual RAM. I just never liked air cooling. It's so, I mean, there's nothing wrong with air cooling like that, but I just don't like the look of it. I like AIOs so much better. I got the PowerColor pulse. AMD 9070, that's $799. Yeah, so I got the PowerColor 97 XT Reaper. Asus Gigabyte. I never had a problem with Asus. Never had a problem with Asus. Yeah, this is the one I got right here. The AMD RX 9070. Oh, no, that's a GRE. But yeah, this is the first AMD total build. 9060, 509. So, I mean, I remember graphics cards used to be like super expensive. I mean, they are expensive still, but not as bad when they had the crypto mining. These like a kid in a candy store.
Yeah.
This is the original one I was looking at, the Asus Tough. But Asus, I don't know, they've been having some issues with setting the RAM to the max speed. They were having some voltage issues and, damaging the chip. So that's why I went with Gigabyte. These are, what are these? Battery? Oh, storage. Storage solutions. These are external. But they just get, cases and It's a kid in a candy store. I'm gonna just walk around. TVs. Oh, they got some SATA cables too. And, all the connections, standoffs, basically everything you need for the motherboards. These are for vertical mounts. I don't know. I never liked the vertical mounts or the, for a graphics card. I don't know. I like to see the stuff working. We got power supply, video comments. It's like I mean, seeing having a vertical thing like that is it's a clean build. They got 3 up there. So okay. RTX 50 series. What is it? RTX 5070, AMD Ryzan 9600X. 32 and 500 gigabytes of, I mean, that's what I'm saying. I like, for a computer, give me 1 or 2 terabytes, minimum 1 terabyte. Because 500 gigabytes is going to run out fast. We got keyboards, headsets, mice. We got keyboards galore. If you like your pink color, your daughter. I always like the mechanical keyboards, but these are cute. This would be good for a kid. You got some other peripherals down here, steering wheels. Yeah, if you're a sim person, got steering wheels. What do we got? I mean, joysticks. Look at that racing joystick. That's pretty cool. Flight sim. Look at that. Oh, this is a Cessna. This would be for a little setup for a Cessna. What else do they got? This is if you're combat. But, I mean, it's a candy store. Oh, this is the boring section where there's Legos. Legos. Paper. These are ink cartridges. They got all their printers and stuff. Look at that TV. That thing is so cool. It's like a panel. So cool. Monitors. Speakers. Let's go this way. Here's your routers. You got tons of routers. I think they're up to 7 now for routers. Yeah, Wi-Fi 7. I have a 6. What do they got here? They got some more routers. I like Linksys. Linksys routers. That's always been my go-to. I always stuck with Linksys. Or Netgear. Well, Netgear's gotten some good routers too. Shack. What do we got here? I guess these are connectors. Yeah, fast Ethernet adapter. Kind of thing, Bluetooth. Check out my file. Bluetooth. They just have, just like, this is a kid in the candy store. Televisions. Oh, you got your flash keys. World Cup, baby. I'm rooting for England. I'm glad France got kicked out. So what we got over here? 2000. Ooh, look at the color on that one. Yeah, I'm working with the broken lens on my phone, so I think, I don't know if the image is cloudy, but I don't know. We'll find out. We got 3D printers. My friend Rick is a 3D printer big time. He makes some pretty cool stuff. Different colors. Inks. Models. Never got the wraparound monitors. I think we had one that was like 2004 laptop like that. All right. So what you do is you use the LM Studio as your brain. Here, there are pre-built here. In LM Studio, and that model acts as a brain. Then you open up your check. We got, this is monitor. This is Intel i5 1400 1139. I mean, that builds okay. I mean, like I said, I'm not big with the hair thing, and you only got one RAM. You only got one RAM in there, so it's probably just 16 gigs. Same thing, 16 gigs. Yep, 16 gigs of DDR5, 200. A lot of cool stuff you could do with it. You could actually have like an agent just living on your machine, and then by literally sending it a question, and then at your house it'll go out. 16 gigs is all they give you for the pre-builts. Same thing with this one. Oh no, that's they got. I can't see. It looks like 2 RAM. Yeah, they got 2 RAM things in there. But this is going in the case or MSI. This is MSI. So what do you think of the vertical mounts like that? I'm not too wild about it because I like to see. I like to see the stuff. But they got a lot of airflow, sucking up, blowing out the air that way because there's no. The air is coming this way, coming up that way, coming that way, and going out that way. Come on, let's go. No wonder pre-builds. At least they got 32 gigs in there. No, I'm just walking around. I'm waiting. I'm there building the system. Okay, cool. I figure I'd let somebody else build it rather than myself. Yeah. After a while. Management can be a pain sometimes. Yeah, after a while, you just, well, I tell you, management ain't too. It's just, you know, the fact that, you know, you do so many of them, it gets, it's nice to just say, okay, here's the parts, build it. one, the power specs are not bad. But like I said, the only, this one, that is an ugly AIO. No, I don't like that at all. Look at that. Hey there, Bezzy. Yeah, I'm having it built. I did all my parts. I really don't have time to build my own. I built so many, and I'm just like burnt out from building. So I figured I'd put the computer together down here, paid a little change to have them build it. It's a 3-year protection plan, so you can't beat it. But I went with the 7800 X3D with the 850 gigabyte 850XE with the Lee case, 32 gigs of RAM, Corsair at 6,000, and what else? Power supply I went 1,000, even though that's overkill. But you know what? It's better to go overkill and pre-build it, I guess. And then for the graphics card, I went with the 97 XT Reaper. So it's like my first AMD. All I was building was Intels, and then I was building AMDs for customers that, well, not customers, family or friends that need a computer for work. So. Is that how you pronounce your name? Bevzy? Is that right? So, yeah. So, 2,500, that's including the 3-year protection plan. 2,500, 12 months, 0% financing, so you can't beat it. And 4 terabytes of space. 2 terabytes NVMe on the main board, and then a 2.25 inch 2 terabyte Corsair or Crucial on the to store games and stuff. So, and I actually salvaged the parts from my old computer. I have all the drives. I took all the photos, music, videos off. Basically, took them off, got all the important information off, wiped the drives, and then I'll probably have like something like, let me see, another 4 terabytes. So I'll have like 8 terabytes of storage on this computer. So that should last me a while. And I do a lot of video editing. I do a lot of 180 videos for VR and stuff. So I think that will suffice. And I went with the 7800 over the 9800 because basically it's only like a 10%. For like $150 more, you're paying for the 9800. You're only getting like a 10%, increase in performance over the 7800. So I said I went with the 7800. So this is a nice clean build. They got the 850 watt. What is that? What do they got in there? No, it doesn't say. But see, I never liked the vertical. Graphics cards. And I'm sure what they got, it looks like 32 gigs. So this is a nice clean build. Fan, dust fan. And the only thing is that when you have it mounted there, you're sucking the air up. You're taking the hot air and you're blowing it through the radiator. So sometimes you can even put the fans up on top, so you're sucking the cool air into the other air is coming in through this way, and then the hot air is getting blown out that way. So, but I just, air cooling is just fine, but I just like AIOs. AIOs. Oh, let's see, what is this? They have no information on it. The airflow is coming through the glass here, which I don't think that is what they have. They have 2 fans pulling from up top. So, or actually it's pulling out that way, so it's actually blowing hot air on the parts. But yeah. Yeah, I'm building one, but I'm just not doing the building this time. I'm letting somebody else do it. So, but yeah, this is Micro Center. This is like a kid in the candy store. This is Patterson, New Jersey. I'm just going to be glad to get back onto my desktop rather than using my laptop. My laptop is a gaming PC. It's a Dell Alienware. But, yeah, I like my desktop with my multiple monitors. This is for 3D scanning. My friend Rick would love it down here. Well, he's been down here, but I know he's looking to do the 3D printing. So it'd be interesting because he's really creative, making a lot of cool stuff. I guess this is good. $14.99 for that. Here's one. Just the airflow is kind of restricted because the glass. I think, like I said, if you put the fans on top of the radiator rather than underneath, because underneath you're just basically pulling the hot air that's in the case. You're pulling the hot air into the radiator. If you put the fans and have them as an intake, you're sucking the cool air in, coming down, and then the hot air is getting blown out the back. So, but it's 3-year protection, so worst comes to worst, I'll switch the radiators around. I'll switch the fans around to be intake. Oh my God, they got batteries. Oh no, I'm just waiting. Yeah, I'm waiting. That's that thing, let somebody else do the bill. I'm just teasing like, oh my God, they got batteries, they got everything. I gotta see this thing though. I gotta ask this guy something.
Like both or like one?
I got a question. Are those like panels that you connect?
Yeah.
On the wall?
I don't know how they did it, but if you
that's what I'm about to say. I'm like,
if you look closely, they're individual.
Yeah, I can see that. I was just like, and I guess they have some sort of like power connection where they just all link up. And then
when we saw it get built, they had like a bunch of wires behind the panels connecting to like something behind that.
Oh, okay.
But like I'm not like.
Cause that's cool. I mean, cause you can like turn your whole wall into a television, and the clarity is like unbelievable. I mean, you can't really, if you're sitting like looking straight at it, you can't see the seams or anything.
You're far enough, yeah.
Yeah.
Now that it's been here for a while, like you're kind of able to see it, but
yeah, you get used. Yeah.
It's passable.
So that's cool. I remember, I think they had this over there one time.
I think so.
Yeah. So that'd be awesome just to like turn your whole wall into like one gigantic television.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome. Well, thanks, man.
No problem.
Appreciate it. Yeah, it's like these are like LCD panels, and somehow they have it. It's just cool. Every time I come here and I see it, I'm just like, how did they do that? I mean, look at that. I mean, look at the clarity.
Yep.
We have the servers here. Well, I guess that's, I mean, if I can walk to the other side, but it's really just on the other side, it's like telephones and stuff like that. I'm more into the computer side. I mean, it's like, yeah, see, they even say they got 23 cards.
No, I
Yeah, this is all NVIDIA. Well, let's see, what is a good price for? I mean, look at it, 5060. I paid for my 4070. I think I paid like 300 and something for it. So you got 5060 for 369 bucks. Zotac, they always charge a little bit more. For seeing when it's white, they always charge more. That's 16 gigs. But yeah, we're doing all AMD this time, so yeah, the 7800 over the 98, because you only, like I said, with the 9800, you're only getting a 10% increase, which is, there's not that much. For 100 and some odd dollars more, it's better to get the 7800. So, but AMD has been kicking Intel's ass. But yeah, for budget builds, you can get a good system. But you can't, 2,500 bucks for, oh, the Hellhound. I got the Reaper. I got the 9070 Reaper. Throw a cool name on it, charge 100 bucks more, but AMD can't, you know. I think this will hold out for a while, especially with the drives that I took out from my other computer that I wiped. That'll give me another couple terabytes, so 8 terabytes should be plenty of room. But these are not bad. AMD Ryzan 5s are good. But yeah, for 150 bucks for the 9800, everybody's buying the 7800 because it's just as fast and it's only like a 10% improvement for, you know, you're paying $150 more for only a 10% improvement, a couple FPS more. And then the Gigabyte 850 motherboard pairs well with it. You got the 850 there. That's the F. Alrighty, that's it for now. Tough gaming, like I said, they got the V50 Plus, but the 850, where is it? That one down there is the 850. They've been having some issues with the, this is like 650, got no problem with, but I'm trying to future-proof. Other than that, that's it for now. Please.